2.5 acres in Moclips, Washington. My name is Miles McLaughlin. Sharing a property here with you that we have available at Wilco Land. What we do is we buy and sell raw land. Our specialty is finding these raw land deals and offering them to the public in a more for sale by owner and self-service model. So we have land all over the country. I get photographers out to these properties and it looks like there's some buried cables here, maybe some fiber optic is what I'm seeing. And I'm going to browse through the photos in this video. I'm going to share different FAQs. I'm going to go over different FAQs about this property. I'm going to talk about location, how you can visit the property on your own, and different things I see in the property, right, when it comes to development and land use and what you can do with it. So again, we offer cash discounts for cash buyers, and we do seller financing terms as well too. So looking through the photo section, these might help you in a visit, help you identify the property here, and I'll get started. Touching on number one, these properties are adjacent to the ocean here north of Moclips. They are on the reservation, the Quinault Indian Reservation. So there is some restrictions, I guess you can say, being involved in that. So let me start with talking about like the location here and how to visit the property, and I'll get into land use and what you can do with the property after that. So we're located right on 109, just north of Pacific Beach in Moclips. How you can visit the property is using GPS coordinates. So I have the GPS coordinates plugged in here in Google Maps. You can use that. It is going to be a lot easier to visit raw land using an app like Onyx Maps. I'll get to that in just a second, showing you what I see there. So again, north of Moclips and Pacific Beach, we're actually adjacent to the ocean here. So you do have views of the ocean. You're technically ocean front. There are some restrictions being part of the reservation or owning private land within a reservation, right? So you do own private real estate. It is part of the reservation. So let me show you what we're looking at here. So we've got the Quinault Reservation here, owns all this land. You can see that here, right? Then you can see there's private ownership inside of that. So you can see like Reginald owns that property. A guy named Larry Gallagher owns that property. You can see there's some private ownership down here too. This is a timber company, I think, Grays Harbor, something by the county owned here. You can see that. So this is our property. So there's actually 3 legal lots, and I'll show that to you here on Google Earth. So looking at this property, I'm going to zoom in on it for you. And this is Google Earth. I've got it on the website. I've got a link to download it here on Google Earth, but you can see 1, 2, 3. So we're looking at about an acre each. This is a previous owner's name. We just transferred title. So we have about an acre each property. So I would be open to selling these individually or together. You can get on Google Earth and see street views. See, you can drop in here and look at street views. Right? There's no driveway built in right now. You've got the ocean right here. You can kind of see through these trees and look at the ocean already. So it's a really cool property. The location is world class, right? You don't see a lot of these things for sale, especially at the price we're listing it for. Again, this is the high water mark right up here. So you're looking at, being adjacent to the ocean. There's no land ownership here. You're smack dab next to the beach, but there are some restrictions being part of the reservation. With that, you actually can't, access the beach. Technically, you're not supposed to go cross the beach without being a Native American, right? Being part of the tribe. So that's something, I don't know. I think you can be with a Native American. I think that you can be with somebody part of the tribe and access it. Again, I've got that shared in the marketing story here with it being next to it. There's some restrictions. There's no beach access to non-Quinault members. This is an exclusive homeland promise and treaty codified with executive order. So again, there are some ramifications there. You're going to have to find a public access point. Your nearest public access point to the ocean is going to be down here in Moclips. You can see this is all public access, Moclips Sunset Beach and Moclips Beach. So you are just about a mile away or 2, I think is what this is as a crow flies right down the 109 to get down to Moclips. So what do I see in this property? I see this being a great recreational investment, and we have it priced as a recreational investment, right? It looks like it's even coming out to 3.4 acres on Onyx Maps here, the full acreage here, all 3 properties. So keep that in mind. We are underselling it a little bit at 2.5 acres. So yeah, think tree fort. You can see other people have made use of their property. Like this guy has some sort of road put in here. You can see that. So this person's using their property. This guy's got some sort of structure down there. So, I don't know. Supposedly you need to go through the Quinault Reservation to get your building plans approved. So like these lots may be buildable, but you'll require approval from the tribe and a conditional use permit because they're also within a shoreline and environmentally sensitive management area, within 800 feet of a high water table, I guess. So anything that is in that zone requires a conditional use permit. So, that doesn't say it's not buildable, right? We're pricing it as a recreational property. So think tree fort, think camping, think recreation here, think, purely an investment on the ocean, right? You're close to Olympic Park, you're close to Moclips, all that good stuff. And you're going to have to, jump through the hoops. You're going to have to go through all that rigmarole to make it buildable, to put that driveway in, talk to Washington Department of Transportation, maybe to put a driveway in off 109. Otherwise you're parking off to the side. Maybe it's a carport on the side of the road. I don't know what it is. We're selling this raw product. You're going to have to do some of that homework on your own. And at the end of the day, if you don't care, if this is a slam dunk deal, I want this no matter what, everybody's preferences are different. That's why we're not doing all this due diligence. There's people that don't care about some questions that other folks have. So you'll have to think about what your questions are. I can try to help you out with that. But for the most part, we offer a self-service model. You're required to do some of that due diligence and go visit the property. So when it comes to viewing, this is the app I really recommend, Onyx Maps. You can see that there's parcel lines here. So if you download these maps and you're out there, you can kind of walk the property and see where you're at on the property, pull over to the side of the road, pull over to some sort of public access or a good turnout here if you need to walk up to it, but you should be able to just pull over and kind of walk the property. So that's what we're looking at. We're using GPS coordinates to locate the property on a map. We're hopefully downloading the app Onyx Maps on our cell phones and using that. I do have a blog on the website to teach you how to use Onyx Maps, whether you lose cell phone connection or not. It's right here. So go ahead and click this blog if you're unfamiliar with Onyx Maps. This is huge. Whether you're looking at this property or something else in the future, this is going to be a game changer for raw land visits on your own. You can even see parcel lines. You can see the corners of the property and things like that. If you're not willing to download the app, I do have corner coordinates listed here. So again, camping's allowed. That, like I said, that's a huge part of land use here. Tree forts, camping, getting creative with things that don't require permits. There are power lines along 109. And again, when it comes to well, you're going to have to contact a local well company. You're going to have to go through all that rigmarole to look into a well. Same with the septic system. We're pricing this property as a recreational investment. For building, if you can build on the property, it's a slam dunk, right? You have amazing views of the ocean. You have great buildable property. There is going to be some challenges, I think, to overcome when it comes to building, whether it's a terrain, the water, the high water table, you're working with the tribe, whatever it may be, you may run into challenges, or it could be smooth process and you got a slam dunk investment here. So again, there are folks that buy land like this that get around land use. This is what the beach looks like down there. Folks get around land use and they figure out ways to put in structures that don't require the permits, right? So like I said, little tree forts, people get creative with land use, and that's something you as a buyer are going to have to figure out. How can I use this property and how can I utilize this location? So you can see power lines along 109. That's about all I have to share with this property. I've got the parcel ID number. You can look it up in Grays Harbor County's website. We got the taxes here. I think this is a really unique and cool land investment. We're trying to sell all three properties together. We would consider breaking them up and selling them individually. It's going to have to be an attractive offer. And again, we offer cash discounts for cash buyers, and we'll do seller financing terms as well too. So the topography looks pretty good here. I don't know how this guy put this structure in down here. That's promising. But again, we're pricing it recreational. We're pricing it with all things considered. So get with us if you have any questions. Feel free to go visit it on your own. Again, my name's Miles McLaughlin here at Wilco Land. We've got other listings in Washington on the homepage. Take a look and get with us when you can. Thank you.